Hello, everybody. My name is Holly Hartman, and I am a business and relationship coach. And thank you so much for being on this training today. It's a free training here in this group, and we're going to be talking about the word of the year. And so I'd love if you're on here live watching it, if you don't mind to say hello, where you're watching from, and maybe if you've actually done the word of the year before. And if you have, maybe some of the words that you used in the past. So if you've, several people I've talked to have done them every year, but it's always good to learn different ways to discover your word. You may have just kind of intuitively came up with the word and really didn't have a plan on how to do it. Hello, welcome. So glad you guys are here. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is 5 steps to find out the word of the year for yourself. And in the group, if you go to the file section or the guides section, or just look on the wall, you will see a workbook. You're welcome to download that. You're welcome to share that. I don't care. It's totally fine. And this will help guide you to discover what your word of the year is. Because the more confident we are in our word of the year, the more they'll actually carry it throughout the whole time. So this may be completely new to you. You may have never heard of the word of the year. So let me backtrack just a little bit. So a lot of people have done New Year's resolutions, and maybe they do it for a week, 2 weeks, a month, and then they bail on it, or they stop it, or they just can't, it's not sustainable. And then you start off your new year going, I am a failure. That's not where we want to start, right? We want to start off in an elevated space, in a high vibe space, in this space that we can accomplish the year. We can set our goals and we can keep our focus. And so the word of the year is a little bit more of a simplified version of a New Year's resolution. So it gets to be your theme. It gets to be something that will help be a guide or a compass for you in your goals for the year. So yay, I love that. So I'll just share with you a couple of mine over the past couple of years. So 3 years ago, I was actually in the middle of a divorce. And actually, I was kind of on the back end of it at this point. And so my word of the year was heal. That was like a priority for me, was to heal. The year after that, it was consistent. And oh my goodness, did I show up online consistent? And that's when I really started to grow my business. And then last year, if you've been following me for a little bit, you may not be surprised by this word. It was playful. So I do Wacky Wednesdays. If nothing else, I have definitely shifted my playfulness. I used to be so serious and really struggled to add play in my day. And I made that a point to do that over the past year. So let me get to it. I appreciate that you're on. I want to honor your time. Appreciate you're doing this on a Thursday night. So 5 steps to help you choose the word of the year. If you're just now hopping on, say hello, where you're calling in from, because there are some people from different areas. And if you are watching this as a replay, put it down below if you're coming in and watching it later. So 5 steps. We just talked about the word of the year, what it is, why we're doing it. And then, so the first step is to reflect. So we're going to get an opportunity to slow down, and we're going to reflect on the past year or maybe the year before. But we're going to take some time to reflect, because the past may reveal to us what we want to carry forward, or what we want to change, or what we want to shift, what our goals might be moving forward. So I'm going to give you 5 questions that you can ask yourself. We won't do that here on I love doing workshops, but I want to honor your time. And since you have this worksheet, I'm going to go through each question, but we're not going to take the time for you to do it in this session. So 1, what could I use more of in my life? What's missing? What would feel good for you to add into your life? Whether it's a certain feeling that you're wanting to add into your life, or maybe it's an activity, or maybe it's certain people, or maybe it's a different career. What do you want more in your life right now? Maybe it's more chocolate. Who knows? More money? The next question number 2 is, what could I use less of in my life? Maybe it's negative people. Maybe it's negative energy. Maybe it's Unhealthy food. Um, Maybe it's less traffic. I just got stuck through the bridge traffic. Um, Number three, what characteristics would I like to have? How would you like to show up in the world? Are there some areas that you're already strong in that you'd like to become stronger? Or maybe you have areas that you might consider weaknesses, but they're really just an opportunity for you to grow. What are those? What would those characteristics be? By the end of the day, I feel blank. How are you feeling now? Like when you reflect on the past year, at the end of your day, how are you feeling? Like be honest with yourself so you can really go, okay, where is there pain? Where is there certain things that I can grow, right? And then the last one is how do I want to feel? Ooh, yes. We can manifest that. We can start making the change. We can start making that shift, and as long as we're intentional, so intention, setting an intention with action is manifesting the life that you want. That's what we get to do here. So if you've done a word of the year before, go ahead and put it down in the chat so other people can see what maybe some other words that have inspired you, so we can keep this like engaging. And thank you everybody that's watching. Okay, so those are the journal prompts. I'll do them really quick again. What could I use more in my life? What could I use less of in my life? What characteristics would I like to have? By the end of the day, I feel blank. What do you feel? And then I want to feel. All right. So once you've done that, now I want you to take some time to visualize, do some visualizations. I can never say that word right. Basically, meditation or taking time to slow down. You can do some deep breathing. You can put on some nice music. You can aromatherapy, whatever makes you like calm and peaceful. Don't go rushed with this. Don't just like put it on your to-do list just to check off and move up and move about, because this is a word that you want to keep for an entire year to inspire you, right? So take some time. You can put on a quick guided meditation if you go to YouTube, and I might actually download one tomorrow. I'm sure you can come up with any 10-minute guided meditation that can walk you through this. If not, I'll probably post one tomorrow. And then just kind of slow your mind down and see what comes up without judgment. You might journal. You can do free journaling and go, okay, what's something that's coming up? Now, after you've done your meditation, I want you to create a list of words. When you were in the meditation or when you were taking time to slow down, what words were coming up for you? You might have had some intuitive downloads. I want you to trust your gut. This is an opportunity for you to build self-trust, right? So take about 10 minutes and create a list. Ooh, I like some of these words. Someone said growth, open, find the positive. Ooh, I like all those. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing. So we're going to create a list. And in the worksheet, I actually have an inspire word list, meaning these are some positive words that other people might have used in the past for their words. I'll name off a few, so it might feel inspired. Compassion, thrive, intentional, simplify. Ooh, wouldn't that feel good to simplify? Embrace, bliss, align, strength, confidence, believe, forgive, learn, surrender, playful, freedom, grateful, connection. So there's so many words you can come from, but maybe look at this list if you're stumped and you're not sure, and take some time and circle some of those words. Get down to like 3 words and really try to like tap in and go and feel how that looks, right? So on step 4, we're going to review and refine. So I want you to review your list, and then I want you to narrow it down. Yeah, this is how I do our core values too when we do those. So circle 3 words or highlight, and then once you've come to those 3 words, write those down in your workbook or worksheet or on your journal that you're doing. Now we're going to reflect. We're going to reflect on those 3 words that you narrowed it down to. If you're not sure yet, unless one's like totally popping out at you, and that's great too. So the first reflection is, do any of the words jump out at you, make you feel excited, nervous, scared, uncomfortable, or at ease? Think about that. Like, what feelings are you getting with these 3 words? When you look at that one word specifically, look at it and go, what feeling do I get with that word? And I might actually put a feelings chart, a feelings wheel, because sometimes people struggle with feelings other than some of the basic ones. Sometimes the words that scare us the most can actually mean that we're right on track because change isn't always easy. So just because you're scared, don't let that be the deterrent for you to choose that word. And then also finding your word could also bring you peace and encouragement and enlightenment. So, and empowerment. So just know that, like, just really kind of look at that. Like, do I want to choose a word that's going to really challenge me and really affect change, or have I been in that space for a long time now and I just really need some peace and some empowerment this year? What do you need? What do you want to feel? Right? We're going to go back to that, right? So think about the words, try them on, see what feels right. It may not come to you in this session that you do it in. You might have those 3 words out in front of you and like really reflect on them over the week and go, okay, which ones feel good to me? Which one feels like I can keep that for the entire year? Okay, step 5, ask yourself this very important question. You may or may not have heard this question before, but the question is, are you interested or are you committed? Because if you're just interested, then if this just seems like a novel idea, you won't keep it for the entire year. And then next year, it'll be like, the word of the year didn't work for me. I don't want to do it. Because maybe you didn't get to take the time to really do it this way, where you found that word that felt empowering for you to be able to keep throughout the entire year. So I want you to really look at it and then look at that word that you chose when you finally narrowed it down to that one and really ask yourself, am I committed? Am I fully committed to carry this word all the way through? And then write it down. And not just write it down, then put it everywhere. Put it on your dashboard, put it on your mirror, put it on, when you open up your journal, put it on your screen on your computer or on your phone. So it's ever present for you. You can also do a little mini vision board or make an entire vision board specifically on this word so it inspires you throughout the entire year. So that is primarily the training. I would love when you take the time to do this, if in the group you can post your word of the year. You may have already figured out what your word of the year is for next year, and that's great. Post that in the group. I want to encourage everybody to take action. This is one thing that you can do for you, because sometimes to sit down and like do our entire year goals can feel overwhelming. So do this one action step and move it forward. And if it's something that you need help with, I do one-to-one coaching. I'm a business coach and a relationship coach. I have lots of courses and workshops. Send a message to me. I'll see what I can do to help you out. But I'm here to offer value and help guide you on this journey. And so I hope you find some value in this session today. Feel free to drop down below any other questions that you might have. And many blessings to you. Oh, and I am hosting a couple vision board workshops here coming up, so you could carry this word into the next session whenever we show up for those. And I am a certified vision board pro facilitator and coach for that. So it's not just a cut and paste type of situation. This is like, we dig deep. We kind of do similar to what we did here. We dig deep. So then we can take action that's going to give us exactly what we want for the future. So many blessings to everybody tonight. Thank you so much for being on. And if you have any questions, send me a message. Bye.